This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hey everyone, good to have you back with us.
Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in again. We really appreciate you being here.
So, we've got something a bit different lined up for you today. We're switching things up.
That's right. Today we're handing things over to Matthew and Rachel. They've put together an episode that we think you're really gonna enjoy.
Yeah, they're taking you through 50 everyday expressions. The kind of stuff that native speakers actually use in daily conversations.
Perfect if you want to sound more natural when you're chatting in English. These are phrases you'll hear all the time once you start noticing them.
Exactly. So we'll let Matthew and Rachel take it from here. Enjoy the episode.
Hey everyone, Matthew here.
And I'm Rachel. Great to be with you today.
So Max and Mia just mentioned what we're doing. 50 everyday expressions that'll make your English sound way more natural.
Right. These aren't the phrases you'd find in a textbook. They're the real stuff people say when they're ordering coffee, chatting with coworkers, or just hanging out with friends.
Exactly. And we know 50 expressions sounds like a lot, so we've broken it down into different categories to make it easier to follow.
We've got 5 sections. First up is social interaction and daily life. Basically, the kind of English you hear and use all the time.
Then we move into work, study, and effort. Anything related to work, studying, or putting in effort.
After that, opinions and reactions. How to share what you think and respond to others.
We've also got useful expressions and connectors. Super handy phrases and ways to connect your ideas.
And finally, specific situations. Expressions for particular moments you might find yourself in.
If you want to jump to a specific section, just check the timestamps in the description below.
Oh, and there's a free PDF transcript of today's episode down there too, so you can review everything we cover.
All right, should we get started?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's kick things off with social situations. Stuff you'd say when you're meeting people, making plans, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, some of these are pretty basic, but that's exactly why we're giving you alternatives. Because, if you keep saying the same thing over and over, it gets boring.
True. Okay, first one, super common. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Right, like if you bump into an old friend at the supermarket or something. Oh, hey, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Which is fine, but there's a way more natural way to say it. Long time no see.
Yes, that's what people actually say. Like, hey, long time no see. How have you been?
Exactly. It's shorter, it's friendlier, and it just sounds more real,
For sure. Now, speaking of catching up with people, you might want to ask how they're doing. The textbook version, how is your life going?
Which, technically correct, but...
But nobody says that. Instead, try, how's life treating you?
Yeah, that's much better. Hey, how's life treating you? It's casual, it's warm, and it actually sounds like something a person would say.
Mm-hmm. And it works in so many situations, whether you're texting someone or running into them at a party.
Okay, next one. Let's say you're making plans with someone and you want them to let you know when they arrive. You could say, please contact me when you arrive.
Which is very formal. Like, unless you're talking to your boss or something, that's a bit much.
Right? So instead, just say, hit me up when you get there.
Yes, way more chill. Hey, hit me up when you get there and we'll meet outside.
It's the same idea, but it sounds like you're talking to a friend, not writing an email to your landlord.
Exactly. Now, similar vibe. If you're going to send someone a message, you might say, I will send you a text message.
Which, again, not wrong, just a bit robotic.
Yeah. You can say, I'll drop you a line.
Perfect. I'll drop you a line later with the details.
And it doesn't even have to be a text. It could be an email, a DM, whatever. It's just a nice, casual way to say you'll get in touch.
Love that one. Okay, so you're hanging out with someone and you want to invite them to your place. You could say, do you want to come to my house?
Which is fine, but there's a smoother way to put it.
Yeah, just say, do you want to come over?
So simple. Hey, do you want to come over this weekend? We can watch a movie or something.
It's just less wordy and feels more natural. People don't usually say, come to my house, unless they're giving directions or something.
Right, right. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about money for a second. We've all been there, right? You're out with friends and you realize, oops, you don't have much cash on you.
Yeah, that's happened to me more times than I'd like to admit.
So you could say, I don't have much money right now.
Or if you want to sound a bit more casual, I'm a bit short on cash.
Yes. Hey, can you cover me? I'm a bit short on cash right now.
It's softer, less awkward, and honestly, it's just what people say.
Totally. All right, next. Complimenting someone's intelligence. If someone's really smart, you might say, he is very intelligent.
Sure, but here's a more natural alternative. He's really sharp.
Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, she's really sharp. She figured it out in like 2 seconds.
It's a bit more informal, and it sounds less like you're writing a reference letter.
Fair point. Okay, here's one we all need. Admitting when we've messed something up. The basic version, I made a mistake.
Which is totally fine, but if you want to sound more casual, you can say, I messed up, or I screwed up.
Yeah, those are way more common. Oh man, I totally messed up the directions. We're going the wrong way.
Or, I screwed up. I forgot to send that email. It just feels more conversational.
And honestly, it makes you sound more human, you know? Less formal, more relatable.
For sure. All right, here's another one that happens all the time. You're in the middle of saying something, and then, poof, you forget.
I hate when that happens.
Right? So you might say, I forgot what I was going to say.
Or you can say, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. Wait, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought.
It's such a useful phrase because it happens to everyone. You're talking, someone interrupts, and then you're like, what was I even talking about?
Exactly. Okay, last one for this section. You're out to dinner with friends, and it's time to pay. You could say, let's share the bill.
Or more commonly, let's split it.
Yep. Should we just split it? Simple, clear, everyone knows what you mean.
And if you want to get a bit more specific, you can say, let's go Dutch.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic. It just means everyone pays for their own portion.
Right. So if you're out with a group and you don't want to do the whole who owes what math, just suggest going Dutch.
Perfect. All right, that's our first batch. 10 expressions for everyday social life.
And remember, it's not about memorizing the exact wording. It's about getting comfortable with how people actually talk.
Exactly. All right, ready to move on?
Let's do it.
All right, next up, work and study expressions. This is where things get real.
Oh, yeah, because let's be honest, we all spend a lot of time talking about work, deadlines, how busy we are.
Exactly. So let's give you some better ways to express all of that. First one, when you've got tons of stuff to do. You might say, I have a lot of work to do.
Which is accurate, but kind of bland, right?
Yeah. Instead, try this. I'm snowed under.
Ooh, I love that one. Sorry, I can't meet up this week. I'm completely snowed under.
It just paints a picture, like you're buried under all this work. It's much more expressive.
Totally. And speaking of being busy, here's a related one. If someone asks if you're free and you're not, you could say, I am very busy at the moment.
Sure, but there's a smoother way. I'm tied up right now.
Yes. Hey, can you talk? Sorry, I'm tied up right now. Can I call you back in an hour?
It's just more natural, and it works for any situation where you're occupied. Could be a meeting, could be running errands, whatever.
Exactly. Okay, next scenario, you're working on a project with a team and there's a deadline coming up. You might say, we need to finish this today.
Which is fine, but here's the more casual version. We need to wrap this up today.
Much better. All right, team, let's wrap this up today so we can enjoy our weekend.
Yeah, exactly. It just sounds less formal, more like you're all in it together.
For sure. Now, let's say you hear about a project or an activity and you want to be part of it. The basic way, I want to participate in this.
Or you can say, I want to get involved.
Yes, that sounds really interesting. I'd love to get involved.
It's just a bit more enthusiastic, a bit more engaged. like you're genuinely interested, not just checking a box.
I like that. Okay, here's one that's super relevant these days. We've all felt it at some point, right? When work has just drained you completely.
Oh, yeah. The textbook version would be, I am very tired, or I'm exhausted.
Which is true, but there's a phrase that captures it even better. I'm burnt out.
That's the one. I've been working 60-hour weeks for a month. I'm completely burnt out.
It's not just tired, it's like mentally and emotionally exhausted, you know? It's that deeper kind of tired.
Exactly. And it's become such a common phrase, especially when talking about work-life balance.
For sure. All right, now let's flip it. What if someone you know is going through a tough time and you want to encourage them? You might say, don't give up.
Which is nice, but there's a warmer way to put it. Hang in there.
Aw, I love that. I know this project is tough, but hang in there. You've got this.
It just feels more supportive, more personal, like you're really rooting for them.
Absolutely. Okay, here's one for when you've been mulling something over and you finally made a decision. You could say, I finally decided.
Or, more naturally, I made up my mind.
Yes, after thinking about it all week, I finally made up my mind. I'm taking the job.
It sounds more decisive, more confident, like you really thought it through.
Totally. Now, what if the opposite happens? You thought one thing, but then you changed your opinion. You might say, I changed my opinion.
Which is okay, but this sounds better. I had a change of heart.
Ooh, that's a good one. I was going to turn down the offer, but I had a change of heart.
It's a bit more emotional, right? Like it wasn't just a logical decision. Something shifted inside you.
Exactly. It adds depth. All right, here's another decision-making one. Let's say someone asks you about something and you need time to think. You might say, I will think about it tonight.
Or you can use this classic phrase, I'll sleep on it.
Yes, that's a big decision. Let me sleep on it and I'll get back to you tomorrow.
It's such a common expression, and it just means you want to give yourself time, let your subconscious work on it overnight.
Right. And everyone understands what you mean immediately. Okay, last one for the section, and this is kind of a painful one.
Oh no, what is it?
When something goes so wrong that you have to start over completely, you might say, we have to do it again from the beginning.
Yeah, but here's how people actually say it. We have to start from scratch.
That's the one. The file got corrupted. We have to start from scratch.
It's frustrating, but at least saying start from scratch sounds a bit less formal about it.
True. It's like, okay, we're starting fresh. Clean slate. Let's do this.
Exactly. And there you have it. 10 expressions for work, study, and all that effort we put in every day.
These are super practical. You'll definitely hear these in office settings, in class, and group projects.
For sure. All right, ready to move on to the next batch?
Let's keep going.
All right, time for block 3, opinions and reactions. This is where we get into how you express what you think and feel about things.
Yeah, and honestly, this is super important because a lot of these formal phrases can make you sound stiff or robotic, you know?
Totally. So let's start with agreement. If someone says something and you totally agree, you might say, I agree with you completely.
Which is fine, but there's a much stronger, more enthusiastic way to say it. I couldn't agree more.
Yes. You think we should leave early to avoid traffic? I couldn't agree more.
It's just more emphatic, right? Like you're not just agreeing, you're saying there's no way you could agree any harder.
Exactly. It really drives the point home. Okay, next one. When someone makes a point that's reasonable or you can accept it, you might say, that is reasonable or that is acceptable.
Which sounds very formal, very business meeting.
Right? Instead, just say, fair enough.
Perfect. We can't make it on Saturday, but how about Sunday? Fair enough. Sunday works.
It's so simple, but it's what people actually say. It's like, okay, I see your point. I'm on board.
Exactly. All right, now let's talk about anger. We've all been there. Something just really gets under your skin. The basic way to express it, it makes me feel very angry. Or you can say, it drives me up the wall.
Ooh, that's a good one. When people don't use their turn signals, it drives me up the wall.
Yes, it's so much more vivid. You can really feel the frustration.
For sure. Okay, shifting gears, let's talk about nervousness. You know that feeling before a big presentation or a first date? You might say, I am very nervous.
Which is honest, but there's a more colorful way to put it. I have butterflies in my stomach.
Love that. I'm about to give my speech and I have butterflies in my stomach.
It's such a relatable phrase because everyone knows that fluttery, nervous feeling in their belly, right?
Absolutely. Now, let's go to the opposite end, surprise. When something really amazes you, you could say, I am very surprised.
Or you can amp it up with, I'm blown away.
Yes, the concert was incredible. I was completely blown away.
It's so much more powerful. Like you weren't just surprised, you were knocked over by how amazing it was.
Exactly. All right, now for the not so great stuff. Disappointment. You could say, that is a disappointment.
Or keep it casual with, that's a bummer.
Perfect. The game got canceled? Yeah, that's a real bummer.
It's sympathetic without being overly dramatic. Just a nice, natural way to acknowledge that something sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's one that can come across as pretty harsh when you really don't care about something. The formal version, I don't care about that.
Which is blunt. But there's an even stronger phrase, I couldn't care less.
Yep. What does he think about it? Honestly, I couldn't care less.
Now, be careful with this one because it can sound dismissive, but sometimes that's exactly the vibe you're going for.
Right. Use it when you really want to emphasize your lack of interest. All right, moving on. When something is really easy, you might say, it is very easy.
Or you can use this classic, it's a piece of cake.
Ah, yes. Don't worry about the test. It'll be a piece of cake.
Everyone knows this one. It's just fun to say, too.
Totally. Okay, now the opposite, when something is really expensive. Instead of it is very expensive, you can say,
It costs an arm and a leg.
there it is. I'd love to go to that restaurant, but it costs an arm and a leg.
It's such an exaggerated phrase, but that's what makes it perfect. You're emphasizing just how pricey something is.
For sure. All right, last one for this section. You're in a conversation and someone says something that's not quite clear. You might ask, can you clarify what you mean?
Which is very polite and formal, but more casually you can say, can you clear that up?
Yes. Wait, I'm confused. Can you clear that up for me?
It's friendlier, less formal, and it still gets the same point across.
Perfect. And there you have it. 10 expressions for sharing your opinions and reacting to things.
These are super useful because they add personality to your English. Instead of sounding neutral all the time, you can really express how you feel.
Absolutely. All right, should we keep rolling?
Let's do it.
All right, we're on to block 4 now. Useful expressions and connectors. These are the kind of phrases that just make conversations flow better.
Yeah, and a lot of these are super common. Once you start using them, you'll notice native speakers say them all the time.
Exactly. So let's jump in. First one, when you don't have a solid plan and you're just going to see how things go, you might say, let's improvise.
Which is fine, but there's a more natural way to put it. Let's play it by ear.
Yes, we don't know what the weather will be like, so let's just play it by ear.
It's such a common phrase. It means you're staying flexible, adapting as you go.
Totally. All right, next one. When you're teasing someone or making a joke and you want to make sure they know you're not serious, you might say, I am just joking.
Or you can say, I'm just pulling your leg.
Love that one. Did you really think I ate your sandwich? I'm just pulling your leg.
It's playful, it's friendly, and it's definitely more colorful than just saying, I'm joking.
For sure. Okay, here's one that happens all the time. Someone mentions something and it sounds familiar, but you can't quite place it. You might say, it sounds familiar to me.
Or, more naturally, it rings a bell.
Perfect. Have you heard of that restaurant? It rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
It's just that vague sense of recognition, you know? Like, I've heard this before somewhere.
Exactly. All right, now let's talk about annoying people. We all know someone, right?
Oh, yeah. So instead of saying he is very annoying, you can say he is a pain in the neck.
Yes, my neighbor is such a pain in the neck. He complains about everything.
It's informal, but it really captures that sense of someone being irritating or bothersome.
Totally. And speaking of annoying behavior, here's a related one. When someone won't stop bothering you about something, you might say, "Stop disturbing me."
Which sounds kind of formal. Instead, say, get off my back.
There it is. I'll finish the report when I finish it. Just get off my back.
It's like, stop pressuring me, stop nagging me, just leave me alone about it.
Exactly. Okay, next one. Warning someone about danger or telling them to be cautious. The simple version, be careful.
Which is fine, but there's a more urgent way to say it. Watch out!
Yes, like if someone's about to walk into a pole, you'd yell, "Watch out!"
It's immediate, it's instinctive. You don't have time to say, be careful. You just say, watch out.
Right, right. Now, similar vibe when you need someone to hurry up. Instead of just saying, hurry up, you can say,
Get a move on.
perfect. We're going to be late. Get a move on.
It's a bit more colorful, a bit more fun, and it definitely conveys that sense of urgency.
For sure. All right, here's one for when you want to try something new. You could say, I want to try it.
Or you can say, I want to give it a shot.
Yes. I've never done pottery before, but I want to give it a shot.
It sounds more casual and confident, like you're willing to take a chance on it.
Absolutely. Okay, next one. When something goes wrong, but it's not a huge deal, you might say, it is not a big problem.
Or keep it simple with, it's no biggie.
Love it. Oh no, I forgot the napkins. It's no biggie. We have paper towels.
It's so casual and reassuring, like, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Totally. All right, last one for this section. When you're giving an update and everything's going okay up to this point, you might say, everything is going well so far.
Or you can use this classic phrase, so far, so good.
Perfect. How's the new job? So far, so good.
It's optimistic but realistic, like things are good right now, but we'll see how it continues.
Exactly. And there we go. 10 useful expressions that'll make your English sound more natural and conversational.
These are the little phrases that really make a difference. They add flavor to your English.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Ready for the last section?
Let's finish strong.
All right, here we are. Block 5, the final stretch. This one's all about specific situations you might find yourself in.
Yeah, and these are really practical. You'll definitely use these in real life.
For sure. So let's dive in. First one, when you've accomplished something difficult or challenging, you might say, I successfully did it.
Which is accurate, but not very exciting. Instead, say, I pulled it off.
Yes, I wasn't sure I could finish the project on time, but I pulled it off.
It sounds more impressive, right? Like you really had to work for it and you made it happen.
Absolutely. Okay, next one. When you and someone else are dealing with the same challenge or problem, you could say, we are in the same situation.
Or more naturally, we're in the same boat.
Perfect. You're stressed about the deadline too? Yeah, we're in the same boat.
It's such a relatable phrase. It creates that sense of shared experience, like we're going through this together.
Exactly. All right, here's one for when you need to leave in a hurry. Instead of, I have to leave immediately, you can say,
I got a dash.
love it. Sorry, I got a dash. I'm late for my appointment.
It's quick, it's casual, and it conveys that urgency perfectly.
Totally. Now, let's say someone's been out of the loop and they want to know what happened. They might say, tell me the details.
Or more casually, fill me in.
Yes. Wait, what happened at the meeting? Fill me in.
It's just a smoother way to ask for information, like catch me up, tell me what I missed.
Exactly. All right, here's one we can all relate to. When you're not feeling well, you might say, I am feeling sick.
Which is straightforward, but there's a gentler way to put it. I feel under the weather.
Perfect. I think I'm going to stay home today. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
It's softer, less dramatic. You're not necessarily seriously ill, just not at 100%.
Right, right.
Okay, next one. Telling someone to go to sleep. The basic version, go to sleep.
Or you can say, turn in.
Yes, it's getting late. I'm going to turn in.
It's a bit more adult, a bit more sophisticated. Like, I'm retiring for the evening.
Exactly. All right, here's a common one when you're running out of time. Instead of, I don't have time, you can say,
I'm pressed for time.
perfect. Can we make this quick? I'm really pressed for time.
It just sounds more natural, and it conveys that sense of urgency without being rude.
Absolutely. Okay, next one. When something happens suddenly and you weren't expecting it at all, you might say, it happened unexpectedly.
Or go with the more dramatic, it came out of nowhere.
Yes, the storm came out of nowhere. We had no warning.
It's so much more vivid, like boom, suddenly it was there.
Totally. All right, here's a fun one. When you're keeping an eye on someone, maybe because you're suspicious or just watching their progress, you could say, I am watching you.
Which sounds kind of creepy, honestly.
Right? So instead, say, I've got my eye on you.
Much better. You better not eat that last cookie. I've got my eye on you.
It can be playful, it can be serious, depending on the tone, but it's definitely more natural.
For sure. Okay, last one, and this is perfect for wrapping things up. When it's time to leave, instead of just saying it's time to go, you can say,
It's time to hit the road.
love it. All right, everyone, it's been fun, but it's time to hit the road.
It's casual, it's friendly, and it's just what people say when they're heading out.
And speaking of hitting the road,
Nice transition. So there you have it. All 50 expressions split into 5 categories to help you sound more natural when you're speaking English.
these aren't just phrases to memorize. Think of them as tools you can use to express yourself more clearly and authentically.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to use all of these right away. Pick a few that resonate with you, practice them in real conversations, and gradually add more to your repertoire.
And if you want to review any of these, don't forget to check out the free PDF transcript in the description. It's got all 50 expressions written out for you.
Yeah, that's a great resource. You can go back, review them, and even practice saying them out loud.
So, huge thanks for sticking with us through this entire episode. We know it was a lot, but we hope you found it valuable.
Absolutely. And if you did enjoy this, make sure to subscribe, leave us a rating, and share it with anyone who's learning English. Every bit of support helps us keep making content like this for you.
And of course, big thanks to Max and Mia for letting us take over the show today.
Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you get better.
Couldn't have said it better. Thanks again for listening, everyone.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.